We all know that Earth is the only place in the entire universe we are certain has life. I mean, we've scanned our cosmic neighborhood, right? From the red dust of Mars to the icy shell of Europa, and so far, nothing. But when you think about it, there are more stars out there than there are grains of sand on every single beach on this planet. So the odds are pretty good we can't be alone.
But here's a thought. What if looking for another Earth is actually aiming too low? We tend to think of our planet as this perfect blueprint for life, the cosmic ideal. But is it really? Could there be worlds out there that aren't just habitable, but are actually more habitable than our own?
And that brings us to this incredible idea of a superhabitable world. We're talking about a planet where the conditions for life to start, to evolve, and to thrive are even better than they are right here. So today, let's take a journey. Let's visit 4 of the most promising candidates that astronomers have found so far.
Okay, our first destination is a world that might have the single most important resource for life, and it's something even more fundamental than water or oxygen. We're talking about an immense, almost unimaginable amount of time.
Welcome to KOI 5715.01. So what are we looking at? Well, it's a rocky world about twice the size of Earth, and it's located smack dab in the habitable zone of its star. That means liquid water could flow on its surface. And hey, with more surface area, you've got a lot more potential real estate for life to get going.
But the real game changer here is its star, our Sun. It's a G-type yellow dwarf with a lifespan of about 10 billion years. This planet, though, it orbits an orange dwarf. It's smaller, it's cooler, and critically, it's way more stable. It avoids all those violent solar flares that can just strip a planet's atmosphere right off.
And that stability lasts for an incredibly long time. These orange dwarfs can burn steadily for up to 70 billion years. To put that in perspective, life on Earth has only been evolving for about 4 billion. Just imagine what kind of complex, intelligent life could come about with 10 times the amount of uninterrupted evolution. It's mind-boggling.
But before you get too excited and start packing your bags, there is the tiny issue of distance. This near-perfect world is 3,000 light-years away. For our fastest spacecraft, that's a journey of over 100,000 years. So while it's a tantalizing thought, let's maybe visit a system that's a little closer to home.
All right, our next stop is a system that's practically in our cosmic backyard. It's an absolute gold mine for planet hunters, and its layout is completely different from anything we see in our own solar system.
So get this. This is the TRAPPIST-1 system. It's only 39 light-years away, and it has 7 rocky, Earth-sized worlds, with 3 of them sitting right in the star's habitable zone. And what's even better? These planets are probably way older than Earth, giving life a potential head start of billions of years. So how in the world did we find this treasure trove? Well, astronomers used something called the transit method. Basically, they just stared at the star for a really long time, watching for its light to dip by a minuscule amount as a planet passed in front. That tiny, rhythmic flicker of light, that revealed an entire world, and then another one, and another one.
Now, the most promising of the bunch is TRAPPIST-1e. It's the 4th planet from the star. It gets just the right amount of energy for liquid water, and some models suggest it could have a dense, oxygen-rich atmosphere, maybe even better for complex life than our own.
There is one big challenge, though. These planets are likely tidally locked. That means one side is trapped in an endless, scorching hot day, while the other side is frozen in a permanent, dark night. But the solution could be in what's called the terminator zone. It's this permanent band of twilight between the two extremes, where the temperature could be just right for life.
And maybe the most mind-bending thing is just how close these worlds are to each other. If you were standing on one, the others would just be hanging in the sky like massive moons. As one astronomer put it, in a system like this, you could take holidays to different planets as if they were countries. How cool is that?
All right, our next candidate has often been called Earth 2.0 or Earth's bigger twin, because, on paper, the similarities to our own world are pretty striking.
So Kepler 452b orbits a sun-like star, and its year is 384 days long. That's remarkably close to ours, right? It's what we call a super-Earth, about 50% larger than our planet. But that extra size comes with a serious downside. It's 5 times more massive, which means gravity is about twice as strong. Just imagine feeling like you weigh double what you do right now every single moment. Oof. Now here's a really fascinating twist. Kepler 452b seems to be all alone in its system. It doesn't have a giant neighbor like our Jupiter. And for decades, the theory was that Jupiter acts as this kind of cosmic bodyguard, deflecting dangerous asteroids away from us. But what if that long-held belief is just wrong?
Well, recent simulations have completely flipped this idea on its head. They suggest that a solar system without a Jupiter-like planet could actually get hit 3.5 times fewer times on its inner worlds. So Kepler 452b's cosmic solitude might actually make it a safer place to live than Earth. Who would have thought?
Okay, for our final stop, we're journeying to a mysterious, distant planet that really challenges our whole definition of what a habitable world can even be.
So let's just get our bearings real quick. At 600 light-years away, Kepler 22b is a lot farther than the TRAPPIST-1 system, but it's still way closer than our first stop, that ancient world KOI 5715.01.
And what a world this could be. Our best data points to Kepler 22b being a true water world. I want you to picture an ocean that covers the entire globe, and not just a few kilometers deep like ours. We're talking potentially hundreds of kilometers deep. In those dark, high-pressure depths, life wouldn't look anything like it does here. Who knows what kind of strange biology could evolve in an environment like that?
So, after visiting these incredible and just wildly diverse worlds, let's bring our journey back home for a second and think about what this grand tour really tells us about our own place in the cosmos.
What's really clear is that there's no single, perfect template for a planet with life. The universe is just way more creative than that. Some worlds offer the gift of time, others offer the safety of a close-knit planetary family. And some, well, they offer environments so alien they just defy our imagination.
And yet, for all their potential, this whole search grounds us in a really powerful reality. These worlds are, for now, completely unreachable. They're just pretty lights in our night sky. They're dreams for a distant future. And that makes our own blue marble, this specific, beautiful, and fragile planet, the only home we have.
So that leaves us with one last fun question. The ancient world, with its endless time for evolution, the crowded neighborhood with planets for neighbors, the safer, but heavier, bigger Earth, or the mysterious endless global ocean. If you had the choice, which of these new worlds would you call home?